the developing fetus. Once she understands that, and whatever characteristics that she most annoy you with is the one she's going to embed in the child. Right? So she got to be foreknowingness going in, and she has to have a constant dialogue for that trait not to show up. Right? So she's saying that, no, my child not going to be like this. No, my child not going to behave that way. No, my son or my daughter not going to have disrespect for the opposite gender just because of their gender. Right? She's talking to the child. She's instilling rules, and she's engaging the child in pregnancy. Right? Now, the father can do it too, but only if the mother is not in the process will it cross over. Like, so let's say you wide the fuck awoke, and she ain't woke at all. You better start talking to your unborn through telepathy. Because she's not going to be communicating to him in what you call a coherent functional manner. So he's going to be picking up mixed signals all day. That's why all these children are born with all these disorders now. All it means is that we're not controlling the children we bring into the world. We bring it in the world, whatever happened. Right? But we didn't used to do that. Right? So when we know what we want in our children, you got to make sure, like, for instance, it's more likely that 2 5-foot parents will produce a 7-foot child than 2 7-foot parents. Crazy, ain't it?
Right.
Whereas it's more likely that 2 7-foot parents to produce a 5 to 6'5" child average. Right? Because that's called the cross section of DNA. Right? So when you understand that these things matter, you can influence the DNA to upgrade in real time. Right? So you notice that a lot of the people who used to be glued to their phones, their children glued to their phones. They got phones at 3 years old because they can't live without a phone. Because their mama couldn't live without a phone. All while she was pregnant, all she did was text and try to hawk down her baby daddy. Right? But in the reality of, if they understood the responsibility of the parents, even though he might not be there, he out doing something to benefit the home. And she's confident enough that he out there doing something to benefit the home to the degree where she can focus on psychological well-being of unborn child, emotional well-being of unborn child. Then when it comes time to give birth, don't just spit the baby out, cut the cord. That's not how they're supposed to work. You're not supposed to cut the cord till the mother's milk tell the placenta to separate from the uterus. This is creating a circuit between the mother and the child, which also balances the emotional body of the child instantly. So you don't have a cranky baby. Then when you leave with somebody, say, you got the best baby. What you do while you was pregnant to make your baby come out so good? But that can be affected in that one act of allowing the colostrum to tell the baby's digestive system to send the enzymes through the umbilical cord to release the placenta. The whole process is dealing with chakra number 3. Right? And chakra number 3 is tying to the silver cord of the mother through the umbilical cord. Right? So when you understand in the science of the fetal development, the mother's communication with the child, both unborn and born, you get to create a more holistic environment to bring the children up in. And that's how your mama know, like, something wrong with my baby. And she calling you and you trying to fight. Your phone blowing up because your mama won't stop calling you to see what you're doing. I'm about to whip this nigga ass. Mama, quit calling me. You about to get, I'm trying to go get in this, but no, or you about to go do a thick up. But your mama keep blowing your phone up. I can't even go here and rob motherfucker. My phone keep blowing up. How the fuck your mama know? Mitochondrial synapse. The mitochondrial frequency is a radio wave of love energy. As long as she love you enough, she gonna be able to read all of the dirt you're doing or all of the good you're doing, and she's not doing it with her conscious mind. It's coming from the heart. It's the heart connection. Right. So now we dealing with what's that? The 4th chakra. Solar plexus. Right. And that's how. So look. So that's how your mama and her having a full-fledged conversation about you using your heart chakra as a jump station.
Right.
Your mama is saying to her what type of woman she need to be to keep you. But your mama ain't gonna just tell it to anybody. Right? They gotta match the frequency in the heart. And when you see certain stuff, it's gonna get your attention. Like, damn, it's like somebody picked this girl for me. How the fuck she know that I like red beans and rice and I ain't told her? This is the best goddamn red beans, you know? How she know? You know, how she know I didn't give a fuck about no holidays? How did she know? Now she making me give a fuck about these motherfuckers. I'm starting to see more than the pagan association with the disgruntled minds of the oppressed trying to fend off the oppressor by attacking the holidays. And I get to see it a little different now. You know how I see it now? Every excuse to bring the family together and have a party, goddamn it, take advantage of it. Because if we don't come together and laugh together,
because leave it to the family, it won't be none.
Facts.
It was my birthday.
Set that shit off like Vivica. Like Vivica A. Fox set it off. This is what we used to do this is where the Mardi Gras celebration is a family march. It started with a particular family. If you go back to well, you won't be able to get back that far in their written history. But the original Mardi Gras festival started from a family that used to do dress up and walk and parade through the town.
What? That's lit. What?
Look, every major city, the training ground in order to reach 3 generations is New Orleans. It's a city. I'll be telling you, half of New Orleans is underwater.
I always wanted to go. I never gotta go.
Yeah, so
No.
They was blowing our cities up. Look, I'll be telling people, when I tell you I know what I'm talking about, I know what I'm talking about.
Listen to everything, like tell us more, because listen, we really sat down one night, we was like, all right, we gotta make a timeline. But the way how you just give us a download, it be right on time. As soon as she was like, yeah, we gotta make a timeline. Like a couple of days later, you dropped the timeline video. I was cracking up. Like I didn't
now we don't even gotta drop no timeline
like
anymore.
I was looking up J. Edgar Hoover, shit like that, and then going into you ended up doing the live. I'm like, there we go. Like everything just feel me. But yeah.
Yeah, I did have to do 3 of them that day in order to get one of them to stick because they kept cutting me off.
And they're doing it tonight too. I'm just lucky to be on with you. Feel me? I definitely have to say thank you.
Shit, I might be the lucky one.
We got
y'all calling it.
To be honest, we started.
Look, y'all calling to act about giving birth to a god. Shit, y'all have a baby. Shit,
Yeah.
I be contributing to that shit.
Kids, you feel me? You already know what time we are. You know what I mean?
That was the first date, like 14 kids. I'm like 14. But to be honest, we were talking about the mitochondria. Everything was linking up, but we never paid attention to science. So to have you, break it down to a basic level, and I'm like, wow, everything's really connecting.
Yeah.
But you also mentioned, well, one thing I want to know about was like twins, but you also mentioned like spontaneous abortion, and then that's when you had mentioned the birthing of a god. So I'm like, I want to know how everything works out.
Okay, when I talk about spontaneous abortion, it goes to a couple of things. The first thing is most women produce a chemical in their vagina that kills the Y chromosome. Because the Y chromosome to the mother is a foreign invader. So in order to get a Y chromosome beyond the vagina, the woman have to climax to flush. Right? So it makes it easier for the Y chromosomes to get through to make a male child. Right? So already on regular sex, about 60% of the Y chromosomes is dead out the gate. He's dead out the gate off the squirt. Right? The mother's vagina is working on killing that motherfucker right now. Now, some of them gonna make it through. But let's say a 2X and the XY both hit the egg at the same exact time and both of them penetrate. It's going to cross out the XY. It's going to kick it straight out, and it's going to absorb it. Because only one of the eggs one of the sperm can fertilize the egg. And because the 2 X's are matches with the 2 X's, it's going to take that as the nucleus before it take the XY. So the material of the XY becomes absorbed as what it's called backup material by the 2 X's that organized it, right? And the 2 X's that do the organizing, the active part is in the mother because it got to be activated through the mitochondria. We think because the sperm is the one look like it's moving, that the egg is not alive. But that's not true. A woman can get struck by lightning and start an egg to growing. It'll just be a 100% clone of herself, like she gave birth to her identical twin.
Yep. Let alone the women that do reproduce by themselves.
Right. That's called partial.
Yeah.
Parthenogenesis.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. Probably more, probably just more the spiritual aspect. Like that's something that we went through. You feel me? So, and it was 2 males. So we didn't know what they would have been until they came. So we're like, wow, 2 boys.
So in the first 3 months, the first trimester, 75% of spontaneous abortions are males. Because when you start exchanging the estrogen, progesterone, and adjusting it, you haven't adjusted your chemistry to carry a male child. You're not doing anything in the change of diet to facilitate it. So it takes it as a parasite and rejects it. Right? About 60% or so of second trimester spontaneous abortions are also male. Normally after the second trimester, it has to be an anomaly to cause a early birth. But what we don't know is you got 3 birth cycles of human. You got the 7-month, the 9-month, and the 12-month. The 12-month, usually closer to the 10th month, they will induce their labor. But the baby not done doing what it have to do yet. But they don't want you to know that we don't all birth on a 9-month schedule.
Right.
But the women instinctually know, but they won't say nothing because they used to get killed for saying something. They wiped out all the doulas, turned doula centers into hospitality centers. They call them hospitals.
Yep.
So now we putting it all back together.
And we both.
If you put everything where it's supposed to go, it'll run the way it's supposed to run.
Yeah, we both have a background in healthcare, so we already third eye wide open. Like,
you know, we was definitely
we actually met at work, so
yeah, like off rip, we was already like talking about home birth. Like that was my shit. You feel me? And like it's just crazy.
I know y'all glow good together.
Yeah,
thank you.
What I mean? Like, it's just I don't know. Life is really some shit. You feel me? Like
so the lady before y'all heard me talking about the training center and all that stuff.
Exactly, and it's crazy because I already have a son. You know what I mean? So like I don't know, like I'm just absorbing everything. And not only that, I have nephews. I have a lot of just young ones always around me. Not only that, I was a teacher in multiple schools. Like life just led me to that shit. So I already know like I'm supposed to be like absorbing enough information in order to be able to relay it back to the young ones. You feel me? So it can make sense to them. You know what I mean? So I watch math cartoons and shit like that, all that anime, all that shit, so I could like really be.
A lot of it is in the anime.
Let me stay away from
the
that
anime.
Shit. You said what?
The anime got like all of the instructions. If once you know your history, you can get so much shit out of anime. You gonna love that shit.
Word.
My favorite one right now is Bleach.
Bleach, yeah, Bleach is fire. Bleach is fire. It's long, but it's fire.
Look,
we actually
I binge watched Bleach.
Yeah.
We watched one recently. It's like one of the first ones she really got put on. So I've been telling her to watch anime from that long, but I ended up getting her to watch one. It's called That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime.
He comes back as a slime. First 10 seconds, he gets stabbed to death. You feel me? He dies.
And I was just saying, like, you feel me? Like, so many people are afraid to die, and they don't really understand what the meaning of the death, like, it's a perspective thing. You know what I mean? And like, we're really supposed to shed this skin in order to like reach our greater selves and shit like that. You know what I mean? So like we can't ever be afraid to die and shit.
Your body, when your mind gets to the right frequency, your body is the Merkaba.
Right.
It's a 3-part hieroglyphic word. The mir is a ship. The ka means your physical body. Ba is your soul, your spirit navigator. Right? Then you go into other ones. It's like 21 parts to the human personality. Right, but those are the major ones. Then you had a Psi, which is governing over the uterus. It's the symbol of rulership, the symbol of childbirth, the symbol of rebirth. You'll see in Ainana holding the Ba, right? So it's a lot of stuff that come with the Ba, but that's the women's rights. So it doesn't make sense when I try to explain how it worked to a man. The vibration don't go in right. He can intellectually understand it, but a woman can understand it from her mind, her heart, and her uterus. So she can understand it on a level we can't because we don't got no uterus. right? Her uterus, it can echo. It's an echo chamber, right? And when she talk and she pray, which is actually she should be meditating, then what they got us doing this prayer is projecting when we should be receiving. We should be receivers first, because then you can understand what the universe has for you. And it echoes through the uterus in the heart chakra, and then it bounces off the 4 chambers of the brain. And the 2 top chambers is the king seat and the queen seat. One is on the left hemisphere, one is on the right. In the queen seat sits your pineal gland, which is the pine cone. And in the king seat sits your pituitary gland, which is responsible for biochemistry. And it all works together to allow you to turn your body into something that you don't know is possible at this point in time. Your emotions is your navigation system. You're not supposed to let your emotions determine your actions. You're supposed to read your emotions so that you would know if your action is in context or not. Because if it's not in context, then that means there's some outside influences in your character or personality that you picked up along the way. Right, so that's part of the shadow work.
Yep. Like
That's part of the shadow work.
The first thing I do is like I shed all that negative energy around me. The negative energy I don't even know that's around me. Like first thing first.
Yeah. So that's psychic self-defense. Right. So when you start building up your auric field, right, it's an exercise where you can feel the energy between your palms. Yeah. The stronger you make them, the stronger your aura. That's the aura exercise. That's what Tai Chi is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I came from martial arts. Like I did karate, and I also come from Muslim background. So everything just be connected. I'm like, oh my gosh, like all the words, like Arabic, even Latin, everything. I'll be like, oh my gosh, like everything is making too much sense. So it just be like, not.
Nah, like ever since I met her, I'm like, yo, we really have superpowers. Like, you feel me? Like all of that shit. All of that shit is not even like this is the shit that we already do. Like, you feel me? Like we really gotta free our minds type shit and like really become a child, like to really like unlock ourselves. You feel me?
Look, I can y'all inbox me. I'm gonna give y'all exercise for the couple in order to build y'all energy. Y'all be like a battery in a remote control for manifestation.
The finger pulling. So
yeah, I've been having some crazy ass dreams or some shit. We be like, what the fuck? Yo, like it's been wild. So like, you feel me? Like I don't know, shit is just getting more and more advanced. We feel the thinness between the realms and shit. So it's like, you feel me? The veil.
For one, we gotta come back on live again. Like this is not our last conversation, but for
two, because
like,
our phone's really about to die. I don't even want you to feel like we cut out or nothing.
I know. And look, inbox me. I got some information. We're gonna pick up a private call. I give y'all some private information.
Yes.
Because it's some stuff I just can't say publicly because there do be children watching.
Okay.
But I say enough motherfuckers in here to offend their sensibilities, so not to have to get graphically into manifestation through cultivating Shakti energy.
Oh yeah, we definitely gotta talk about that. Yeah. Wait, I do got one thing that you was talking about, remote viewing. Like now we gotta read on this. Like first we're like astral projection.
Yeah, so
we feel like we
what's the difference? Like what's you feel me? We need to know. Like
look, you can do all of those things on your, and you can do them at the same time. You can do them one day this, one day that to practice. But the more you practice, the better you get.
Yeah. We're just, the best thing that we do and that we agree with you the most is read. Like we read all the time. So now we're like, okay.
That's weightlifting for the brain. Yeah. That's what I call it.
You was teaching about the speed reading. Like you would never taught this and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like really, I mean, I feel like I kind of do it already. You know, like I have a whole lot of books, and I just really pick out the best parts. I go to the context, I pick out the best parts that I feel like. I'll go to them shits, I skip through them shits real good. I'll go back to them shits, I'll skip through them shits again. You feel me? And then I'll do that over time. You know what I mean? Until like I feel like, all right, I feel like I've mastered what I want out of this particular, you know what I mean, piece of literature. But at the same time, I want to be on some like click download like real time. You know what I mean? Like I take a book.
Read it.
I know you've seen Constantine, that the priest, he was like able to like skim through, you feel me, anything. Like it's like, you know what I mean? He could just pick up all the information out of whatever he's even touching, basically. So I know
that's psychometry.
So
if you once you develop psychometry, which is the psychic sense that you have to develop, you pick a book up, you won't never have to open it, and you can tell me what page to turn to see something.
Okay.
Right. So it's definitely possible. I knew people that could do it.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I need, definitely, because I'm like, I don't have enough time to read. Like you said, you already did the work, so we all we could do is just tune into every lecture that you drop.
Right,
like we watch everything.
Absorb as much as possible and whatnot.
And apply what we can.
When we see somebody, you know what I mean. And if we ever get into it, like really just tell them, you know what I mean, because like it's not all the time. Like you could just, I'm not the type of person to just be like talking to anybody. So if like